Fireboat by Mariah Coleman. New York City, 1931. Amazing things were happening, big and small. The Empire State Building went up, up, up. Babe Ruth hit his 611th home run in the Yankee Stadium. The tasty candy treat Snickers hit the stores. The George Washington Bridge was suspended elegantly across the mighty Hudson River. Champion Pendley Colleen of Blarney won Best in Show at the Westminster Kennel Club. On a hot and jazzy night, the word hotcha was invented. Hotcha, hotcha, hotcha. And on a sunny, fresh day, the John J. Harvey Fireboat was launched. There was 12 fireboats in New York City. The Harvey was the largest, fastest, and shiniest fireboat of them all. It had 5 diesel engines so it could go 20 miles per hour. That was pretty fast. 8 pipes that could shoot 16 gallons of water per minute equal to 20 fire trucks. A completely round steering wheel, many brass nozzles hosed in the gold room, a control dial in the pilot's cabin, a very nice can to oil all squeaks, ropes called lines, and lots of levers, buttons, and buckets. There was a pilot and a crew ready in 2 minutes to fight the fires. They were a brave group. And there was a dog named Smokey, who did not put out the fires but had many nice spots. The Harvey went up and down the river, fighting fires. It fought fires at the bustling piers. The piers were the places where ships and trains brought all the manner of merchandise to be sold to the city, like wood, cotton, and bananas, and bubblegum, and everything. It fought the fire of the great ocean, linear Normand. Sometimes the Harvey just went out to shoot water in celebration. Many years had passed. A new captain had come aboard, Bob Lenny. He and his crew fought many fires, but New York was changing. The Twin Towers were now the tallest buildings in New York City. The piers were closing. In 1995, the city no longer needed so many fireboats. The Harvey was considered old and useless. It sat in the water for 5 years waiting to be sold for scrap. And then a very surprising thing happened. A group of friends were eating at a restaurant called Florent. They had heard all about the fireboat and decided something. Let's save the Harvey. Let's buy her. Everyone needs a fireboat. We won't put out fires. We'll just have fun. And they did. They took it to the Catalyst Ship Repair Yard in Staten Island. Even there they said, she is old, it will be hard to fix her. But the owner said, fix. So they fixed. Beautifully. They repaired 2 propellers, making them new with a shiny coat of brass. Brass does not rust. They repaired the holes with steel plates and covered the places where the rivets swept. They scraped barnacles and seaweed off the fuel and painted her with a shiny coat of red paint. And once again, the Harvey was on the water. Tim, the engineer, keeping his ride smoothly. Jessica, the assistant engineer, at the controls in the noisy engine room. Andrew welding, Chase helping, John fixing, Tom cooking, Huntley at the wheel, and Bob Lenny watching over everyone and being very proud. They made friends with the other fireboats on the river, the Firefighter and the McKinney. Everyone said the Harvey is a nice old boat, but she could never be used to fight a fire, never. Toot, 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 toot. A boat says hello with 4 toots. But then on September 11, 2011, something so huge and horrible happened that the whole world shook. It was 8:45 in the morning, another beautiful and sunny day. Two airplanes crashed into the Twin Towers. Crashed into these 2 strong buildings. The sky filled with fire and smoke. The buildings were exploded and fell down to the ground. Many people were hurt. Many lives were lost. The news had spread. The city had been attacked. Everyone was terrified, but people were brave. The entire city sprang into action. Firefighters and police officers and doctors and construction workers and teachers and cooks and children and parents. The mayor was strong, he said. We will all work together. We will not be broken. What were the people of Harvey doing when the planes hit? Bob Lenny was trimming hedges. Tom was drinking tea in his kitchen. Chase was walking his dog Radar. Tim was reading the paper. Andrew was welding. John was working. Huntley was reading David Copperfield. Jessica was writing a story. The Harvey was snoozing at the pier. They all had one thought: get to the Harvey, and they did. They called the fire department. John J. Harvey, ready to help. How can we help? The answer came: you can't help fight the fire, but you can ferry the people to safety. But suddenly an urgent message came loud and clear. John J. Harvey, where are you? We need you. We need you. The water pipes were broken and buried, and the fire trucks that had been raced to the scene could not pump water. The firefighters attached hoses to the Harvey. The Harvey fought the fires alongside the McKinnon and the firefighter. For 4 days and nights, the Harvey pumped water. The crew took turns sleeping. People brought supplies: fuel, sweaters, gloves, pizza, sandwiches, and coffee. They worked and cried, and they fought the fire until it was under control. Finally, it was time for the Harvey to go home. Everyone on the boat had never seen something so terrible, and they had never felt so proud. The Harvey was a hero, and everyone knew it. The Harvey won an important reward. At the ceremony, the audience cheered, and some even cried. Now the Twin Towers are gone. Something new will be built. The heroes who died will be remembered forever. The Harvey is back to being a very happy boat. Not scraped, not useless, not forgotten. A proud and plucky friend, and all that's left to say is Hatcha and thank you. Wait a minute, there is something more to say. The friends of the Harvey have found a little tugboat to adopt. Doesn't everyone need a tugboat?